Today we'll see block diagram representation. Once if the system is defined in terms of differential equation, we can easily find out what is h of s, system transfer function. Then in general, the system is made of some component which ultimately it will be doing some mathematical operation. It may be addition, integration, differentiation, and also sometime some branches may be providing gain also. So that means our system finally can be represented with help of these basic elements. Okay, basic elements. The first element is summer block. Okay, summer adder. It's like summer block. Okay, so suppose if you are having three functions like these, okay, x1 of s, x2 of s, x3 of s, then by using summer block we can add all these function, then we'll get the overall function. Say for example, the overall function x of s is equal to x1s plus x2s minus x3s. That means what? Here minus sign is there, here plus, here also plus. Okay, x1 and x2 is added and x3 is subtracted. Okay, so the next block is gain block. Gain block. Suppose if you have a transfer function x of s like this, if you want to multiply with some number, say for example a is the gain that branch, then what will be your output? That y of s will be a into x of s, a into x of s. Next block is integrator block. Integrator block. In general, that integrator block will be represented in terms of 1 by s. Suppose if x of s is there, again if you are using integrator block, then the output is y of s. That means what? Y of s is equal to 1 by s multiplied with x of s. Okay, we know that d by dt means multiplication with s. That means its opposite is integrator. Integration dt means multiplication with 1 by s, because integrator and differentiator is opposite to each other. That's why instead of s, we are using 1 by s. So integrator block will be introducing 1 by s term. Okay, so then in the realization of block diagram, there are 4 different methods. One is direct form 1, direct form 2, cascade form, and parallel form. Okay, realization. Okay, given the transfer function, we can realize it in any one of the 4 methods. Okay, one is direct form 1, direct form 1, and another one is direct form 2. Next, cascade form. And then fourth one is parallel form. Okay, again here in these names, already you know what you mean by cascading, and also you know what you mean by parallel connection. But this direct form 1 and direct form 2 may be little bit different. Okay, first of all, we see separately, okay, the theory of this direct form 1, 2, and cascade form and parallel form. Then finally, we'll see some theory related to this. That means what is the advantage of one form over the another form. Okay, that we'll see in the later classes. Okay, so first in this class we'll discuss about the direct form 1 and direct form 2 realization. Okay, so now we'll see the basics for this one. Suppose if the transfer function is given h of s in general, that consists of some numerator and some denominator. Again, the order of the numerator and denominator may be different or same. Okay, and this transfer function we can write in this format. Suppose, say for example, it consists of s square, okay, a1s, then a2, and then the denominator consists of s square, b1s, and b2. That means I have to modify this. Just take s square outside, so that we'll be getting 1 plus a1 by s and then a2 by s. Again, in the same manner, if you take s square from here, that s square cancel. Again, here we will be getting 1 plus b1 by s, b2 by s square. Okay, so now once if differential equation is given, again we have to convert the differential equation to get h of s, okay, by applying the Laplace transform. Then in order to realize as a block diagram, okay, again we have to modify the structure to this structure. Okay, then okay, always it will start with 1. This also will start with 1. Again, it consists of coefficient a1, a2, a3. Suppose if the order of this equation is 3, then we will be getting a3 also. Similarly here also. Okay. So now how to use this in the block diagram representation? In general, the block diagram consists of, say, in general, any block diagram consists of input and output. Okay, once if you give input, again you will be getting output. In between that, there will be a block diagram. Okay, so the block diagram, again the input, again the block diagram consists of integrator, summer, and sometime differentiator. Okay, and gain block, everything is there inside the block diagram. Then how we are going to introduce those integrators? Either we are going to introduce the integrator common to both input or output, or separate integrator for input, separate integrator for output. Based on that choice, okay, we will be getting either direct form 1 or direct form 2. For example, if you are using separate integrator for input side and separate integrator for output side, we will be getting direct form 1 structure. Or otherwise, if you are using common integrator for both input and output, that time you will be getting direct form 2. So anyway, now we are going to interact with both input as well as output, because again you know that h of s means y of s divided by x of s. Okay, that means once if you cross multiply, again x of s is associated with s square as well as s. Similarly, y of s is also associated with s square, s, and b2. Similarly, once if you write this here, again x of y of s divided by x of s, again the x of s goes here. Again, that means what? You have to integrate x of s one time. Again, here you have to integrate your x of s 2 times, because 1 by s square. Similarly, once if y of s comes here, you have to integrate your output one time. Here you have to integrate your output 2 times. That means there is going to be some interaction, okay, interaction of the integration for the input as well as the output, and also coefficient is there. Then how to use this coefficient and integrator in our structure? Okay, so first of all, I will give you the direct form 1 structure, general structure, direct form 1 structure. Say suppose you are having x of s as the input, then directly give it to the summator with a gain 1. Then you use integrator separately at the input side, one integrator, one time integration. Again, second integration, 1 by s. Okay, again you multiply this with a1. Again, one more summation. Again, you multiply this with a2. Okay, then goes here. Okay, this intermediate function, I will call it as ws. Okay, again, why we are using ws, we'll see that reason for this latter. Okay, what is the skeleton equation? Okay, this equation I'm going to write this side so that h of s is equal to 1 plus a1 by s plus a2 by s square. Again, this is 1 plus b1 by s, again b2 by s square. Okay, again, if you see here carefully, Anyway, x of s is going to be there here, y of s will be going here. That means the numerator coefficient will be interacting with the input, the denominator coefficient will be interacting with the output. Okay, so again the same coefficient we are using here, a1 a2, a1 a2 we are using input side, b1 b2 we are using on output side. But we have realized this equation in terms of this form, but once again if you convert this into equation you have to get the same equation. For this you can also use the Mason's gain formula. Okay, please take it as an exercise. Okay, homework, apply Mason gain formula that you will be studying in control system. Okay, for this block diagram, then try to get this answer. Again, you know that Mason gain formula is something like 1 plus forward path gains. Sorry, it's addition of forward path gain in the numerator divided by 1 plus loop gains. Okay, individual loop gains and two non-touching loop, 3 non-touching loop, like that. Okay, then finally try to get this h of s. Okay, again you may not be getting in this format, but you may be getting in this format. That's okay. Okay, any one of the format. Okay, but now here in the numerator, again this is interacting with the input. Okay, input side use input side coefficient without sign change. Use input coefficient without sign change. But whereas output coefficient with sign change, this is important, very very important. Okay, use input side coefficient without any sign change, use output side coefficient with sign change. That means what? Here it is not plus b1 but it is minus b1. This is also minus b2. And note one thing, this 1 and 1 will be always same, so don't put any change there, don't make any sign changes here. Okay, don't make any sign changes for this one. Okay, for this both one you should not apply any sign change always. Okay, the sign change will be applicable only for 1 by s and 1 by s square term and further terms if it is present. Okay, so here we have to use sign change for output coefficient. Now you apply the Mason's gain formula, then definitely you will be getting this answer. Okay, this is the correct block diagram representation for this equation. Now what we will do, we will try to get one equation at the input side and another equation at the output side, then we will merge both, then we'll try to get this equation. Okay, see, anyway we can calculate ws from xs, similarly ys from ws, then with some mathematical manipulation finally we can get h of s, that is y of s divided by x of s. Okay, so now I'm going to write that relation. Now ws can be written, ws is equal to xs multiplied with 1, that is xs. Again what is happening, the same xs is coming here, then xx multiplied with 1 by s, then if you go like this, again multiplied with a1, so this is a1 by s x1s, a1 by s x1s. Okay, if same xs is x of s is coming like this, 1 by s, again 1 by s, so 1 by s square, then a2 again added with this to get ws. That means the next term is a2 by s square x1 of s. Okay, similarly I'll try to write y of s. Okay, y of s is equal to directly ws multiplied with 1. Okay, directly ws multiplied with 1, that is ws. Again the same ws is coming this way with 1 by s multiplication and with minus bn. Okay, then that means minus b1 divided by s ys. Okay, ys, then same ys is coming this way, and I think we forgot to put one integrator here, so one integrator will be coming here. So 1 by s, 1 by s, 1 by s square, but with minus b2, so minus b2 by s square, again y of s. Okay, again here it's not x1, it is simply x. Okay, so now we have two equation, then with some manipulation we will try to get h of s. Okay, Now what we can do here, this is with respect to WS. Okay, from this you try to get WS. Okay, you modify this equation, then try to get WS. Again, this is also WS, this is also WS. Say for example, this equation, I will call it as a equation number 1. This equation I will call it as equation number 2. This as a equation number 3. Okay, if you manipulate the equation number 2 to get the equation number 3, later what we can do, equation number 1 and equation number 3 we can equal, because both are WS, we can equate. Okay, so now we'll try to get the equation number 3 from equation number 2. Okay, WS. What is that WS? WS is equal to YS plus B1 by S YS B2 by S square YS. Okay, now this is equation number 3. Equation number 3. Again, we know that equation number 1 is also having WS. Equation number 3 is also having WS. That means what? Again, right hand side we can equate. Okay, so this we can equate with this. Okay, if you do that, you will be getting equation like this: x of s a1 by s, x of s a2 by s square, x of s equal to y of s b1 by s y of s b2 by s s square y of s. Again, take the x of s outside. Okay. If you take x of s outside, you will be getting 1 plus a1 by s a2 by s square. Then if you take y of s outside, 1 plus 1 by s 1 by s square. Again, what is h of s? H of s is equal to y of s divided by x of s. Okay, then that means y of s, this will 1 plus a1 by s a2 by s square. Okay, 1 plus 1 by s, sorry, here b1, here b2. Okay, b1 by s, then b2 by s square. Okay, so now we started with this equation. Okay, we started with this equation. Then we have drawn the direct form 1 structure. Then from the direct form 1 structure, again, once again, we have proved that whatever we have drawn is correct. Okay, and also in direct form, you will be using the integrator, separate integrator for input side, separate integrator for output side. But this is something, it is not an advantageous one, because we are using separate integrator, we need more number of integrator. But in case of direct form 2, we will be using common integrator. That means with the help of only 2 integrator, we can complete the expression, we can complete the block diagram. But that structure will be having some other problem. Okay, but here in this case, this is having more number of integrator. Okay, so but in the exam, okay, see, in the exam they will be giving you this expression. Okay, directly you have to draw the direct form 1 structure. This is some shortcut way, easily once if you know the structure you can draw it. But there are actually, we'll be following, we'll be going reverse. Okay, once if they give h of s expression, we'll try to write like this. We'll go to this step, then still, okay, then in the backwards we will go. Okay, in the backward, then finally based on this, okay, finally we'll get this equation. Then based on this, we will write this structure. Okay, actually exactly we'll be going backward. Okay, once in the exam, if they give h of s, or they may give differential equation, then we'll find h of s. Okay, actually we'll be going backward to get this one, because this may be given in a 16-mark question. Directly you cannot write this. Anyway, you can verify your answer, but this is the procedure. In the backwards, actually we'll be going to get the block diagram. Okay, so next, what about the direct form 2 structure? Next, direct form 2 structure. Again, here, what is the idea? Use common integrator. Use common integrator. Common integrator for both input and output. Okay, common integrator for both input and output. But whereas here, separate integrator. Separate integrator for input and separate integrator for output in direct form 1. In case of direct form 2, we are using common integrator for both input and output. And again, what is the structure? Again, that h of s, I can write this side, h of s is equal to 1 plus a1 by s, a2 by s, 1 plus b1 by s, b2 by s square, here also s square. Okay, then x of s is given w of s, some intermediate function, use integrator 1 by s, again use integrator 1 by s. Now this side with a gain 1, a1, this is a2. Okay, finally this is y of s. This is minus b1. This is minus b2. Okay, so this is the final representation of the direct form 2. Okay, if you compare with the direct form 1, actually, we are using this integrator in common. Okay, here 4 integrator, but in this case only 2 integrator, that too in common. And one more thing you can see here, whatever the gain present here in the output side, it came to the input side. Okay, gain present here, see minus b1 and minus b2, it came this side, and this a1 a2 was present at the input side, but it came to the output side. Okay, that is the difference. And anyway, that again, one more thing also you can visualize here, the direction is also changing. Okay, the gain direction here, the gain is going in this direction, but in the direct form 2 it will be going in the opposite direction, like this. Okay, in the opposite direction it will be going. Similarly here also the gain is going in the towards left direction, but whereas in direct form 2 it will be going towards right. Okay, so these are all the some simple changes. Okay, you bring this coefficient here, this coefficient here, again there will be some direction change will be there. You bring this integrator as a common. Okay, so finally we'll get the direct form 2. Okay, then or otherwise directly also you can write, okay, use the numerator coefficient for output side. Use numerator coefficient for output side, whereas in the previous case we have used for input side. Use for output side coefficient without sign. You use at output side without sign change. Okay, use at input side with the sign change. Okay, with the sign change. Okay, because once if you know this directly, you can write direct form 2 instead of comparing with the direct form 1. Again, from this also we'll try to get, once we know the block diagram, then from this block diagram we'll try to get this expression h of s. Okay, for that okay, now we have to write ws. Ws with respect to input side is xs coming directly, xs, then the same ws is going towards 1 by s and also minus b1, so that this is minus b1 by s, again ws, going this way, 1 by s, 1 by s, 1 by s square minus b2, so minus b2 divided by s square ws. Okay, and similarly we have to get other equation, okay, for y of s with respect to ws. Okay. Okay, first we will do some modification for this equation. I'll write this equation on the next side. ws is equal to xs minus b1 by s ws minus b2 by ws is equal to xs minus b1 by s ws minus b2 s square ws. Okay, so in the similar manner, if you write the equation for y of s, okay, what you will be getting, ws is coming directly, and then ws is going this way 1 by s, then multiplying with the a1, then it is getting added, and the same ws is going this way 1 by s 1 by s 1 by s square into a2, then again getting added. So y of s also I can write like y of s is equal to ws plus a1 by s ws plus a2 by s square ws. Now what is the aim? From this we have to try to remove ws from both the equation, then we should get the relation between xs and ys. Okay, for that what we can do, you write everything in terms of x of s. Okay, see, then x of s is equal to, if you bring all the term this side, ws b1 by s ws b2 by s square ws. So we can write this again, take ws outside separately, b1 by s b2 by s square, this is xs. Okay, now from this you find, okay, we'll come to that why we are finding like this. Okay, ys by x of s, that is 1 by 1 plus b1 by s b2 by s square. Okay, in the same manner, if you proceed here, ys is equal to ws 1 plus a1 by s a2 by s square. Okay, then take ys by ws, then you'll be getting 1 plus a1 by s a2 by s square. Okay, why I'm writing like this? Because ultimately I want to get h of s. I know that h of s is y of s divided by x of s, but this is having some intermediate variable, that is ws. I have to try to remove that. For that, what I can do, I can write y of s divided by ws and then ws divided by x of s. Okay, anyway, I'm introducing ws, I'm cancelling also. Okay, I'm introducing both in numerator and denominator. Then we are having both this expression, y of s by ws is having, and ws by x of s we are having. Just multiply. Okay, just if you multiply both, then you'll be getting 1 plus a1 by s and then a2 by s square, then 1 plus b1 by s, then b2 by s square. Okay, so now here also, now we have started with this expression. We got direct form 2 structure. Then from this we are writing equation. Then once again we are proving that that is correct. Okay, but in the exam you will be getting this expression. You have to really go. You have to really go backward to get this diagram. You have to go backward. Okay, so finally, what is the conclusion? Okay, for direct form 1, what we are doing, okay, once if h of s is given, what we are doing for direct form 1, for direct form 2, what we are doing, very simply, h of s is equal to y of s divided by x of s. Here also h of s is equal to y of s divided by x of s. But in this case, what we are trying to do, y of s divided by, we are introducing something new, that is y of s divided by ws divided by xs. Okay, then we try to find this way, then we try to implement as a diagram. Okay, single diagram. But in this case, once if you follow this method, you will be getting common integrator. Once if you follow this method, you will be getting common integrator. So whatever the expression that is given numerator by denominator, okay, we have to split in this way. Okay, we have to split in this way. Again, we have to operate separately. Okay, we have to operate separately. For example, y of s divided by w of s, we can take with the numerator directly. Okay, how we got, like, see, y of s divided by w of s is numerator. Okay, so we can equate with the numerator directly. Similarly, ws divided by x of s, we can operate with the denominator directly. Again, finally, we can realize the direct form 2 block diagram structure. Whereas in this case, what is happening here, we are having numerator and also denominator. Okay, now multiply the x of s with the numerator and then multiply the y of s with the denominator. Okay, then you introduce one new extra variable, that is ws. Okay, ws is equal to numerator into x of s. Again, the same ws is equal to denominator into y of s. Okay, denominator into y of s. Then you realize this structure at the input side, you realize this at the output side. Anyway, common term is there, ws, so that you'll get a connection properly. Finally, you will be getting direct form 1 structure. Okay, so this is the final procedure that we'll be actually using for semester exam. Okay, that we will be discussing in the next class. Okay, so next class we'll take a we will take a problem h of s, then we'll try to implement direct form 1 structure with this procedure, and also direct form 2 structure with this procedure, and also verify whether our this shortcut is working or not. Okay, because just directly also you can write, but in the semester exam you have to follow these steps. Okay, only you have to follow these steps to get a full mark. Okay, thank you.